Nikola Tesla was a Serbian-American inventor, engineer, and visionary thinker. He is best recognized for his pivotal role in developing the modern alternating current power distribution system. Born and brought up within the Austrian Empire, Tesla initially pursued studies in physics and engineering during the 1870s, but did not complete a degree. Tesla came into the world on 10 July 1856 in Smiljan, a small village located in the military frontier region of the Austrian Empire, in what is now Croatia, to a family of Serbian heritage. His father, Milutin Tesla, served as a clergyman in the Eastern Orthodox Church. His paternal uncle Joseph held a teaching position at a military academy and authored multiple textbooks on mathematics. Tesla's mother, Georgina Duka Mandic, whose own father had also been an Eastern Orthodox clergyman, possessed a remarkable skill for crafting household tools and mechanical devices, along with an impressive capacity to recall Serbian epic poetry from memory. Duka never had any formal schooling. Tesla attributed his photographic memory and inventive capabilities to his mother's genes and her personal influence on him. Tesla was the fourth child in a family of 5. In 1861, he began his elementary education in Smiljan, where his studies included German, arithmetic, and religion. In 1862, the Tesla family relocated to the neighboring town of Gospic, where his father took on the role of parish priest. Nikola finished his primary education, then went on to complete middle school. In later years, when filing his patent applications before acquiring American citizenship, Tesla would describe himself as being of Smiljan-Lika border country of Austria-Hungary. In 1870, Tesla relocated to Chroliv to pursue his secondary education at the Higher Real Gymnasium, where instruction was conducted in German, which was standard practice in schools across the Austro-Hungarian military frontier. Tesla later recounted that he developed a fascination with electricity through his physics teacher's demonstrations. These mysterious phenomena ignited in him a desire to know more of this wonderful force. He possessed the ability to carry out integral calculus mentally, which led his instructors to suspect he was dishonest in his work. He completed the 4-year program in just 3 years, finishing in 1873. Following his graduation, Tesla went back to Smiljan but quickly fell ill with cholera, spending 9 months confined to his bed and coming close to death on multiple occasions. In a desperate moment, his father, who had initially hoped Tesla would join the priesthood, vowed to enroll him in the finest engineering institution if he pulled through. Tesla would later mention that he had spent his recovery period reading the early writings of Mark Twain. The following year, Tesla avoided military conscription in the Austro-Hungarian army by fleeing from Smiljan southeast of Lika to Tomingaj, close to Gracek. He spent his time there wandering through the mountains dressed in a hunter's outfit. Tesla reflected that this immersion in the natural world fortified him both physically and mentally. He registered at the Imperial Royal Technical College in Graz in 1875 with the help of a military frontier scholarship. Tesla successfully completed 9 examinations, roughly double the required number, and earned a commendation letter from the dean of the technical faculty addressed to his father, stating, "Your son is a star of first rank." While at Graz, Tesla was captivated by the electricity lectures delivered by Professor Jakob Purcell. However, by his 3rd year he was struggling academically and ultimately never completed his degree, departing Graz in December 1878. One biographer posits that Tesla had stopped attending classes and may have been dismissed due to gambling and a penchant for socializing with women. Tesla's family lost all contact with him following his departure from school. A rumor circulated among his fellow students that he had drowned in the nearby river Mur. But in January, one of them encountered Tesla in the town of Maribor and relayed this news to the Tesla family. As it turned out, Tesla had been employed there as a draftsman, earning 60 florins monthly. In March 1879, Milutin eventually tracked down his son and urged him to come home and continue his studies in Prague. Tesla went back to Gospic later that month after being expelled from Maribor for lacking a residence permit. His father passed away the following month on 17 April 1879 at age 60 from an undisclosed illness. In January 1880, 2 of Tesla's uncles financed his journey from Gospic to Prague, where he intended to pursue further education. He arrived too late to register at Charles Ferdinand University. He had no background in Greek, which was a mandatory subject, and he could not read or write Czech, also a requirement. He sat in on philosophy lectures at the university as an auditor, though he received no formal grades for these classes. Tesla relocated to Budapest, Hungary in 1881, taking a position under Tivadar Puskás at a telegraph firm. In 1882, Puskás secured Tesla a new role in Paris with the Continental Edison Company. Tesla started working in what was at the time an entirely new field, overseeing the large-scale installation of indoor incandescent lighting systems across cities as part of major electric power utilities. In 1884, Edison's manager Charles Batchelor, who had been supervising the Paris operations, was recalled to the United States to oversee the Edison Machine Works, a manufacturing facility located in New York City, and requested that Tesla accompany him to America. Historian W. Bernard Carlson observes that Tesla likely only encountered company founder Thomas Edison on a handful of occasions. In his autobiography, Tesla claimed that the head of the Edison Machine Works had promised him a $50,000 reward for designing 24 different types of standard machines, but it turned out to be a practical joke. Shortly after departing the Edison Company, Tesla began pursuing patents for an arc lighting system, potentially the very same design he had worked on while at Edison. In March 1885, he consulted with patent lawyer Lemuel W. Serrell, who also represented Edison, to get assistance filing his patents. Serrell connected Tesla with two businessmen, Robert Lane and Benjamin Vail, who consented to bankroll an arc lighting production and utility venture bearing Tesla's name, the Tesla Electric Light and Manufacturing Company. In 1887, Tesla created an induction motor powered by alternating current AC, a type of power system that was seeing rapid adoption across Europe and the United States due to its superiority in transmitting electricity over long distances at high voltages. The motor relied on polyphase current, which produced a rotating magnetic field to drive the motor, a concept Tesla asserted he had first envisioned in 1882. In July 1888, Brown and Peck brokered a licensing agreement with George Westinghouse for Tesla's polyphase induction motor and transformer designs, valued at $60,000 in cash and stock along with a royalty of $2, $50 for every AC horsepower generated by each motor. Westinghouse additionally retained Tesla for a period of 1 year at the substantial compensation of $2,000. During the summer of 1889, Tesla visited the 1889 Exposition Universelle in Paris, where he discovered Heinrich Hertz's experiments from 1886–1888 that confirmed the existence of electromagnetic radiation, including radio waves. While replicating and subsequently building upon these experiments, Tesla attempted to power a Ruhmkorff coil using a high-speed alternator he had been perfecting as part of an enhanced arc lighting system, only to discover that the high-frequency current caused the iron core to overheat and destroyed the insulation separating the primary and secondary windings within the core. To resolve this issue, Tesla devised his oscillating transformer, featuring an air gap rather than insulating material between the primary and secondary windings, along with an iron core that could be repositioned at various points inside or outside the coil. Eventually known as the Tesla coil, this device would be employed to generate high-voltage, low-current, high-frequency alternating current electricity. On 30 July 1891, at the age of 35, Tesla obtained United States citizenship through naturalization. That same year, he secured a patent for his Tesla coil. He held the position of vice president of the American Institute of Electrical Engineers between 1892 and 1894, the predecessor organization to today's Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, IEEE. In 1895, Edward Dean Adams, who was deeply impressed after visiting Tesla's laboratory, agreed to help establish the Nikola Tesla Company, created to finance, advance, and commercialize both existing and forthcoming Tesla patents and inventions. In March 1896, Tesla carried out experiments involving X-ray imaging. Throughout the period from the 1890s to 1906, Tesla dedicated enormous amounts of his time and personal wealth to a series of ventures aimed at achieving wireless electrical power transmission. He explored the possibility of sending electricity across great distances through either the Earth or the atmosphere, and launched experiments to validate this concept, including constructing a large resonance transformer magnifying transmitter at his East Houston Street laboratory. To deepen his investigation into the conductive properties of low-pressure air, Tesla established an experimental facility at a high-altitude location in Colorado Springs in 1899. To finance his research, he persuaded John Jacob Astor IV to contribute $100,000, equivalent to roughly $3,870,000 in modern currency, in exchange for a controlling stake in the Nikola Tesla Company. At that site, he conducted experiments with a massive coil functioning in the megavolt range, generating artificial lightning and thunder comprising millions of volts with discharges extending up to 135 feet 41 m. And on one occasion accidentally destroyed the generator in El Paso, triggering a blackout. In 1931, Kenneth M. Swezey, a young journalist who had become close to Tesla, arranged a celebration marking the inventor's 75th birthday. Tesla was honored with congratulatory messages from prominent figures in science and engineering, including Albert Einstein, and his portrait graced the cover of Time magazine. The accompanying caption, "All the world's his powerhouse," acknowledged his profound impact on electrical power generation. During the night of 7 January 1943, at 86 years of age, Tesla passed away alone in his hotel room. His body was discovered the following day by a chambermaid who entered the room, disregarding the "Do Not Disturb" sign that had hung on his door for 3 days prior. An assistant medical examiner inspected the body, placed the estimated time of death at 10:30 p.m., and determined that coronary thrombosis was the cause of death.